All right. Today is August 24th, and today is day two of my 14-day quarantine in Taiwan. And it's gonna be a long 12 days left. It's only day two, and I cannot go out at all. Well, technically, I can go out, but I don't want to ruin it for people. And yeah, just suck it up for 14 days and stay here. And after 14 days, I will have my freedom. Cool. What are some things I want to talk about? Yeah. So, what does it feel like to be in Taiwan right now after 6 months of lockdown in San Francisco? Uh, it feels surreal. Although I can't really grasp what that freedom looks like here because I am actually in the residing in the mountain in Taipei, away from the crowd. So if I look out the window, I don't see anything. I just see the courtyard, and it's just the typical courtyard with or without lockdown. Um, but yeah, but I can't wait to go out to the world. And I think what's interesting is the 6 month lockdown in California, in San Francisco. You almost forget what it's like to be normal. But once you go back to the normal way of life, it just all of a sudden you just feel like you're back you're back to normal. And the past 6 months are just like a nightmare. That right now you've awoken from a nightmare. So that's what it feels like. So even though I haven't seen any action or any freedom yet, but just a thought that, oh, I'm actually here and could be things are normal or could be normal, um, just makes me feel very liberated in a sense that I am not paying attention to COVID at all right here, and the people here are probably not paying attention to COVID, right? And me being here, I just feel like the past 6 months it just flew by just like that. And now that I'm here, everything's well, all that is behind me. I don't think about that. So in a sense, this kind of brings me to to ponder about the traumas that we think about, right? So if you think that in your childhood you were bullied or you had a bad day at work, you know, in the moment you think it's terrible, and the next day you probably think it's horrible. But then the moment you step out into an environment that is good, all that bad memory just fades away because your present right now is good, and so you don't latch onto the painful past. The only reason the past is painful is because you latch onto it. You revive those feelings, and you're living the past. You're not living in the moment, and you're not appreciating the present, and you're not liberating yourself, right? So that is the difference, I would say. But yeah, this kind of I can reflect back to my illness. So right now I'm completely fine, right? My knees, my heels, it doesn't bother me at all anymore, and it just makes me just forget about the past 3 years that I lived through this illness, the pain and the suffering and the agony, the despair that I experienced from the onset and dragged out for a year, and then the lingering, recovery process for the next 2 years. And right now, because I'm well, I just completely forget about all that before. So it is not to say that I did not have any wisdom. I did not gain any wisdom or insight from those experiences. I did, but in the present, I don't think about that anymore. So likewise, about being in Taiwan, I don't think about what happened in the past. I don't think about my life in the Bay Area anymore. I don't think about all that thing, right? I just am right here. And I can't speak to why I feel so liberated. Is it because I live in a pretty, nice apartment, right? My aunt's apartment, or the fact that I am in a foreign place. I don't know, something about Bay Area that I found suffocating. It's probably because there's a lot of chatter, there's a lot of noise of whatever ideology that they have over there. And right here, right now, I am living in the mountains of Taipei. I am quite isolated from all of that. So it clears up my mind. Because in the Bay Area, at the moment you step out, you worry about COVID, you have ideological wars, da 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 da, that's gonna in your face. Right here, right now, in the mountainsides of Taipei, I don't experience any of that. And I don't expect to experience any of that. So I think that's why it's so liberating to leave Bay Area. So yeah, this is day 2. I still have 12 more days to go, but it shall be fun.